Hello everyone, welcome back to Nimsite. Today, as part of the Australia series, I am going to talk about OCI, Overseas Citizen of India card. I will talk about the tips and hacks that you need to keep in mind, the process, what is OCI, why do you need it, etc. in this video. I hope you are enjoying the Australia series. There are many more such videos based on my experience about my life in Australia, permanent residency, migration, etc. that you can check out. So let's move on to today's video. So what is OCI and what are some of its benefits? OCI is Overseas Citizenship of India. It is not like a citizenship basically, but it's like a lifelong visa which offers a lot of benefits for Indians who are living abroad or descendants of Indians. Now you get a lot of benefits like normal Indian citizens only, barring a few things that you can't do. For example, you can't vote and you're not allowed to hold position in elections. But apart from that, I think it's quite useful because you don't have to go through visa hassle every time you make a trip to India. You can just show this card and that will be good enough. So I think it offers a lot of multiple benefits, and you can still be an Australian citizen or still be, citizen of somewhere and enjoy all these benefits that you get with Indian citizenship as well. So I think that way this card is quite advantageous. Now there is an eligibility criteria. So basically descendants of people who from Indian origin, family members of people who had an Indian origin. If you had an Indian origin previously, you are eligible. Now there are exceptions for certain passport holders, even spouses of people who were of Indian origin. If you can show your marriage registration and all of those things, even those people would be eligible. So in the next section, we'll talk about the step-by-step process of getting an OCI. Now we'll go through the step-by-step process based on my experience and based on what I did. Now the OCI process is divided into two parts. First is the online application, and then you have to also do the physical application. Now online application is basically you go to the website, the OCI official website. I'll place the link in the description section. There would be two parts in this form. You will get a reference number as well. It usually starts with the AUS, and you will get a reference number, and you can use that reference number to track all your communication and all of the other things that will happen based on the status of your form, what's happening with it, etc. So you need to fill both these parts. There will be a part A and a part B. They're basically details. They will ask you your address, what sort of evidence you're submitting, and all these kind of things. Now there is a checklist also that I'll place in the description section for you to have a look at what all documents now you need to attest. Now documents also can vary, like for example, if you are wanting to apply OCI for a spouse, you might need to submit marriage certificate. In my case, I am a former Indian citizen, so I had to submit 2 copies. So basically I submitted my current passport and my previous Indian passport. So those are the 2 things that I submitted. I didn't have to submit a whole lot of other things. So it depends on case by case on what sort of OCI or what sort of conditions do you have. Now once you complete this online application form, you take, there's a photo specification as well. You have to exactly follow the photo specification. Now I'll place a link to a website where if you upload your photos, you can get it in that exact specification that you would need for OCI. This was really helpful for me because using that website, I could print my photo in that exact size that would be needed or that is accepted by OCI. So I'll place a link to that also in the description section. You can check that out. Now once you've done all of this, you take printouts of your form and then you can book an appointment, or this is the hack that I was talking about, that what we did is we just went to the OCI office, and the hack is a lot of people do this. You have to be a bit early. Like for example, I think the counter opens around 8:30 a.m. in the morning. So make sure you reach the VFS office in your respective city, like around 7:30, 7:45. There was a huge queue. Everyone was waiting for their chances. So we collected all these forms. Now, in our case, we had to also submit the renunciation of Indian citizenship declaration as well. That is this other form that you need to submit. So it is also mentioned in the checklist items. So with all these printouts that we had taken and all the copies of photos as well, we went to the VFS office. We stood in the line, and when I think by around 9:15, 9:30 our turn came, and they will first do the renunciation of citizenship form that they go through, and they will take your Indian passport. They'll put a stamp on it saying that it no longer is valid, and then once they have done that, then they will start with the OCI documents. They will take all your documents. And now the thing that you need to ensure here is that you will have to redo the form if there's even a single mistake. So basically, if there's any spelling mistake, or if there's any, any field which is not clear, you can put it down in the comments. I will respond to it, because otherwise you will have to do it again. Like, you will have to make your application again in the website, fill it online, and then take a printout, and then submit a physical copy. So you have to keep redoing it. And I think we did some silly mistakes, and we had to do that form couple of times. So we had to go outside, take a print. There are print provisions there as well, and most of the people there are pretty helpful. The agents that sit there, they are very helpful as well. So you can aid their services. Apart from that, I think there's specialized services as well, where they help you in taking pictures, or taking helping you with the form, etc. Now let's talk about the cost breakdown. OCI in general, the new price is around $414. Then there's some extra fees, $4 for the courier handling, and then there's $5 for welfare fund. So around $420 to $430 is what you can expect, but it can keep changing as well. So make sure you check the VFS or consular website. Now, apart from that, the renunciation of Indian citizenship, even that has a fees of around $147 plus some courier fees. So around $600 is something that you can keep in mind for this whole process. Now, it takes about 6 to 8 weeks, and it also depends on how perfect your form is, how perfect everything is. Now, please try to avoid any mistakes, like I said in the previous section also. So you will have to, otherwise you will have to redo, and they might contact you for redoing some things if there's some problem with your form, like your photo specifications or anything else that goes wrong. So these are some of the things that you need to keep in mind when you do your OCI. If there are any questions, you can put in the description section as well. I will make sure I respond based on my experience. I hope this video was helpful. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe and share it with others as well. Thank you so much for listening.
Then shared in this video is based on personal experience and research. If you enjoyed the video, like, share and subscribe. Keep watching, keep listening, and continue learning.